Hi everyone, I'm Carshénah with versefilmsproductions, and you made it back to our Screamtober. We're almost done for our first week where we're doing a video a day for 31 days for Halloween right here. We're calling it Screamtober. So stick around, keep watching as we go over our versus horror. Let's go. So one of the first things that you do, you run out, you go to your streaming service, and then this is what you do. You click, 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 click. Well, I'm here to tell you what is better. Tubi TV versus YouTube TV. Amazon versus HBO, or our favorite Netflix versus Roku. That's right, this is our versus horror.
Let's get started with Tubi TV. Tubi TV is a free streaming service that you can have either on your laptop, your mobile device, or on your TV screen, and it's very fun and interactive, and it's very easy. So let's start with going to your browser, typing in Tubi, T-U-B-I, and it comes up automatically Tubi TV. So that's already intelligent for the services. Like, it knows that you're trying to get to Tubi. Even if you misspell it, it'll still come up tubitv.com. And once you go ahead and press OK, your browser should go ahead and take you directly straight to the home page. Once you're at the home page, Tubi gives you two options where you can register, which is a free registration, or you can sign in if you have already signed in previously. Or it also gives you the option to just go ahead and start watching the TV. The good thing about whether you register for an account with Tubi is that you can add things on to your special and personalized lists. But if you care not to do that, you can just go ahead and start browsing. It also has Tubi Kids, and it also has a live TV feature as well. Once you get to the browse section, you're able to go ahead and browse for whatever genre that you would like. Of course, this is Screamtober, so we're going to go to the horror genre. Here you see that this collection of classic spine tinglers, as it says, does have a cover. Similar, like if you were going to your old school Blockbuster or a movie house or Redbox, it gives you the cover of the actual movie, so that way you know what you are watching or what you would like to watch. Some of those covers, some of them they do change sometimes, but these are some of the main posters of that movie. And as you can see, they have a great selection. Some of them are from the early 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and on. And then you also have some that just came out last year, or some that came out a couple of years ago. So Tubi really does have a great selection of what you're looking for. And you can keep scrolling down until you find something. They even have Train to Busan, both the dubbed version as well as the English version. So I do like that they do have popular titles that can give you options, especially if they are foreign titles. Some of those foreign titles, some of them do give you the option of a dubbed version, or you can watch the original version. Now, one of the things that I do love about Tubi is if you go up to the search, you can search anything that you would like. So let's put in Dracula, and it gives you everything that Tubi has on Dracula, from TV series to films to documentaries, to classics to things that were made for TV. They have a lot that has to do with Dracula. And that's one of the things that I love about Tubi, is that you literally can just put in anything and put in, let's go ahead and try the 1980s. Well, if we want to watch specifically horror from the 1980s, sometimes you do have to be specific. Sometimes you can put 1980s horror and it will show up for that. It's not showing up for this, maybe because of the apostrophe, but if you just put in 80s horror, or maybe 80s horror with the apostrophe, There we go. So if you do, sometimes you just have to toggle it and see what comes up for you. So this one would give you all the movies in the 80s. However, sometimes it doesn't. It'll show you that you have movies from 2010, but if you look, you do have some that do come up. Let's say Return to Horror High 1987. You can click on that, or you can add to your list. And again, if you register for an account, you can always have Horror High come up to your list. So give it some time to load. And the best thing about Tubi is that the movie loads and it starts playing immediately after. So it gives you a synopsis of the film, and it also gives you the you may also like. So here we go with the rest of the 80s in that genre. So we have a plethora of movies that you can scroll through within that 1980s genre for horror. Oops, I didn't mean to click on that, but that's okay. It just goes to show you that if you were already watching something, you click on something else and it would immediately go ahead and play. The good thing about it, on your browser, you can go ahead and hit your back browser and it will still continue to play where you left off. Let's try again for the 1990s. Let's see if it'll work again. If this will work, we put in 90s with the apostrophe S horror, and 2017 came up. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You just have to toggle it. And if you find something within that 90s genre, you can go ahead and click on it. And like I said, it'll show you things that you would like for more. Now, they do have a most popular section, and they also have a leaving soon. So let's click on that. Leaving soon will make sure that you see the movies that Tubi has in their cycle, in their rotation of things that will be leaving soon. They don't show you exactly the date that it will be leaving, so you do have to chance it. But so for instance, The Fog is going to be leaving soon. Candyman is leaving soon. Sweeney Todd will be leaving soon. So if these are some of the titles that you have yet to see, you can go ahead and click on them. It just does not give the date of when these titles will be leaving soon, but that's okay. I do believe that when you do register for an account, they do show you leaving soon on a certain date with that. So it does give a benefit when you do register for the account, because you don't want to go and then try to watch something and then it's not there anymore. Same thing with their collections. They have everything from black cinema to cult classics to K-drama, nostalgia TV, movie night, and things that are not on Netflix. And I love this because they're trying to say, hey, we're just as good as Netflix, and these are the things that are not on Netflix. So if you're looking for Stargate, if you're looking for The Invitation, if you're looking for the number 23, these are some popular titles that will not be on Netflix, which they only have here. Another thing that Tubi has, which is a great selection, is Tubi Kids. The Tubi Kids has a great selection where you also can look at their feature, their most popular. They have anime, and they also have, especially for our Screamtober, they have friendly monsters. So let's click on that. And with their friendly monsters, they're giving you monsters, ghosts, witches, and more as their synopsis here. And they're showing you all the friendly things that you can watch as a family. So you also have Halloween Nonstop. You have Casper and Wendy, Casper the Friendly Ghost. You also have other titles that you may not know if you do not have kids, but that are just fun, classic things that everyone can get in on the action for Halloween. So, and it's very easy. Let's go ahead and exit out. And it does give you the, do you want to exit out, kids? You press yes, and it brings you back into the main page for Tubi. Now, one of the things I do like about Tubi, once again, is that you can go through what's trending now, what's popular, all the genres that you wish that you would like to look for, and they have them. Sci-fi, they have comedy. You can go through two different ways. Like I said, you can go through the search, you can go through the browse, or you can just continue to keep scrolling, and they do have each section listed. So they have recommended, they have even news on Tubi, most popular. They also go through action, they go through comedy, they also go through horror, and they also go through whatever titles or genres that you are looking for through Tubi TV. Once again, Tubi is one I think is one of the best streaming services that are out there because it is totally free, 100% free. It is up to you to go ahead and register for an account if you would like. If not, that's okay. You can go ahead and start watching these shows right away. And that's the one thing that we do love about Tubi. And if you have a popular title, go ahead and search for it, look for it, and I'm pretty sure that Tubi will have it. Thanks everyone for watching my quick take on Tubi TV, the free streaming service right there on your browser. It can be either on your laptop, your mobile device, your iPad, or you can also add the app on your actual TV. So go ahead and check out Tubi TV, register if you would like. I do have my own account and I find that it does put all the things that I like all together and I really enjoy that. Tubi TV gets my approval and a thumbs up for our Versus horror. Next up is YouTube. Now, YouTube needs no introduction, but it is part of our Screamtober Versus for this episode. Let's get into it. The easiest thing that you can do is go to your browser, type in YouTube, and of course it will bring you to your YouTube page, which should be connected to your Google account or your Gmail account. If you do not have a Google account, it still is a free service that you can use, but it works well when it's interactive, interlaced with your Google account. Once you press OK, you have your home page that's part of your Google account. And once there on your home page, you have on the left-hand side a panel which has your home, explore, subscriptions, library, the history, any videos that you've uploaded, etc., and things of that nature. So let's go ahead into the search bar, which is the first thing that you'll see on the home page. Let's go ahead and type in horror. Once you type in your genre for YouTube, it gives you their YouTube movie selection. Now you can scroll through and these are the selections that you can either buy or rent, and it lets you know towards the bottom whether they're in 4K, whether they're in standard, and also whether they have closed caption as well. It gives you the title, the year, and of course the poster so you know exactly what you're getting into. Now you can scroll through for everything, and it's great because you can see all the list of the things that they have for YouTube, which is literally everything. Then you can press view all, and view all will show you all the movies and shows. Some of them are the latest and the greatest hits. So once you scroll through, you also have a free to watch section. Now this free to watch section does have ads. Similar to what Tubi has. Tubi has commercials and ads, but they're minimal and some of them are small enough where you can let them play through, and then you can also skip some of those ads if they will allow you to. It goes down to top selling, now to rent, and then you have down to exactly what you put in the browser for, which is horror. You can scroll through and you can find out any of the titles, and a lot of these are newer movies such as Candyman, the new Candyman that just came out in 2021. You also have It, which came out a couple of years ago, Insidious 3. All of these newer titles that you can see are here on YouTube, but you must have that premium account or you must buy or rent that movie. And of course, if you buy it, it stays in your account through Google, also through YouTube. But if you rent it, I do believe they give you sort of a 5 or 6 days that you can do so. Now let's go ahead and put in Candyman, and you'll see all the things for Candyman. You'll see titles, you'll see commentary. Let's put in Ghostbusters. You see the actual original Ghostbusters come up, and then you have what we have. You have here the full movie. Now what this means is that someone has uploaded the movie, whether it's correct or not, copyrighted or not. Someone has uploaded the full movie, and it gives you the year 1984, because there has been sort of a remake that came up, so you want to make sure that you are looking at the correct year. Same thing for Insidious. Insidious will come up, and of course it'll be a buy or a rent, and it does have a check mark, so you know that it is copyright free, and that it is part of what YouTube deems as safe to go ahead and download or to watch it immediately. Or you can also look for ones that have already been uploaded, and sometimes if they've been uploaded, there have been some minor changes. Now, the only problem with YouTube that it has is that if you're looking for a specific movie, such as I put in Slugs. Slugs is a great 80s flick. A lot of things that comes up are what you expect, slugs. So you have documentaries, you have National Geographic, you have everything about slugs. So you do have to be specific for YouTube. So I put Slugs the movie, and voila. There we go. We have the 1988 Slugs the movie, and it tells you how many people have been watching Slugs. Over 593,000 people love this movie, just like I love this movie. So you do have to be very specific for YouTube. Now, if you do click on the free version of Slugs, of course it loads, and it does sometimes gives you the commercial that you can go ahead and skip, and sometimes it just goes straight and play through. Now, on the right-hand side of YouTube, sometimes they give you suggestions. So if I clicked on Slugs, sometimes they'll show suggestions about the same type of movie. Well, it doesn't do that all the time. It goes into what is your AI, what you've been looking for before. So I'm going to put in Captain Kronos, Vampire Hunter, a 1974 Hammer Studios classic. Now, with this, it comes straight up. I don't believe there's any other Captain Kronos Vampire Hunter, but that is very specific. And as you can see, the commercials come up. Someone has taken the time when they uploaded the movie to go ahead and give a synopsis. And I do love watching the comments and reading the comments as I'm watching these movies. That is one of the best things I love about YouTube, is that everyone has an opinion and everybody can comment on what's going on. And as you can see on the side here, it shows what's related, what's recently uploaded. So if you click on related, it'll show you some other movies that are related, such as Desire the Vampire, or other movies that were in that sort of same vein as a vampire hunter. So they do give you some selections, and of course, they do have certain things that you can go over. But YouTube, sometimes you do have to be very specific if that is something that you are looking for. And once you're back to your main browser, again, you can put in horror, but again, that is only going to take you so far. This is a horror channel. It's probably going to pop up other horror channels, other horror feeds, other horror commentary. That's not exactly what you're looking for. But it is a free service. It is totally 100% free. And whether someone had uploaded the movie that you wanted, sometimes it can be in the language that you want, but generally it is going to be in English. And these are the movies that you're going to be looking for. So YouTube gets our thumbs up as well, but you just have to be very specific for YouTube. But now my final result for YouTube, we have come to the end to let you know which one I give my preferred rating, my preferred thumbs up, and it is going to be Tubi. Tubi has won this bout for Tubi versus YouTube for our horror for Screamtober. So Tubi, way to go.
Thanks so much, everyone, for joining. I'm Carshénah with versefilmsproductions, and you were watching Screamtober with us. We hope to see you again next week. We're doing horror music, so make sure that you tune in. Join us as we go over some of the most popular sounds of horror right here on the channel. See you soon.